What's going on, guys? So today is April 4th. The market's been a little bit extended. I did take a trade on SBUX. I played puts that yielded me about 39%. And I want to walk you through my thought process behind this trade. So usually on days like this where we're a little bit extended, what I like to do is I like to draw a 50 fib high lows of the previous day. So as I get into the pre-market, I can see how much do we need in order to break the previous day highs, where is the midline of the previous day, and if we can actually get to the bottom if we are breaking to the downside. My bias was that we can be coming down a little bit. As you can see, we have a somewhat of a wedge pattern or just a trend line, right? And this is like a bearish setup. So what I want to do is see if we do break up here, if we can break here with volume, then we have a resistance up here which I could short. But if we reject the previous day high and come down, then I'll have double confluence in the trend line and a rejection of the previous day high that acts as a resistance. RSI here is a little bit overbought, so I kind of want to see us coming down here in order for me to enter some puts. So the market opens, immediately we push down. Fake trend line break on the this is the 5-minute chart, but it's still valid, right? As we can see, the RSI is coming down, it's cooling down this oscillator, and I'm not in any trades yet until we get some type of reaction. So even though there's some type of consolidation right here, this trend line is still valid for me as if we can break down. So right here at this point, right, the candles look like this. I would put a horizontal ray here, and if we could break this pivot with volume, then I'll look to enter puts. And the RSI here was setting up nicely. We get a big red candle after we break the previous day high. So this is actually a 2 up at this point. The morning print is right here, so it's a red 2 up at this point. So if we push down, I was looking to enter puts. And right here was the candle that I liked. I entered a short position as this was breaking with volume. And my stop loss was just here. I didn't want to risk it coming all the way back up here. And my target was first the fair value gap. And if price action allowed for it, I would play it further down. But this setup right here, we get the EMA cross. We get multiple rejections up here on this 20 SMA that I have. And these would be kind of the support I have to keep me in this trade. So I have the moving averages, I have this pivot high, and I have this trend line. So I wanted to get multiple confluences to enter this trade. So as I enter this trade, right, immediately it moves in my favor, but it's important not to set your stop losses at break even immediately, because there is a chance that we might get a retest of those EMAs. So as price came down, it looks like it was going to push down as this bear flag. However, we do push back up to break even, and I was a little bit red. But once we touched this 20 SMA and rejected, I felt a lot more confident about this trade. Right, we push down and we get to that fair value gap. So I did not take profits because I like the fact that we broke below the 50% mark of the previous day. We rejected this hard, as well as the overall market coming down. So I stayed in this trade and I moved my target to low of previous day. I don't know why this is here. Let me move this up. Okay. So I moved it to the low of previous day. And we break my fair value gap support. So I'm liking this trade even more. And price pushes down to low of previous day. So on the daily time frame, this is a bearish engulfing on the daily. I stayed in this trade a little bit longer just to see where it was going to go. Could we potentially reach this pivot low? Possibly, but nothing is for sure. We've been overextended to the downside. So I kind of let a couple candles play out. We pushed down, and right here is when I actually got out. I felt like we might reverse here, or I just wanted to lock in some profits. But again, this was my trade setup. It was multiple confluences, right? I had a rising wedge, I had a rejection of the previous day high, an EMA cross, as well as the RSI pushing to the downside, and the overall market was bearish at least the first couple hours of the day. All right, the market hours is still going, so let's see where we are. All right, we did kind of reverse and come back and retest this fair value gap, but I ended the trade here, and I thought this was a great setup. So I hope this helps, guys. If you like more of these tickers like StarBucks or other smaller cap stocks for me to go over and go over trades with, please like and subscribe to this video. Thanks, guys.